The 1854 Kansas-Nebraska Act opened the floodgates of people of all political persuasions: abolitionists, free soilers, pro-slavery advocates, as well as chameleons who changed their colors as the winds of slavery turned. Whatever Kansans decided to do, their vote would upset the balance of slave and free states in Congress. The issue of slavery draped over all counties in Kansas, even a county as far from the border as old Breckinridge County. 1856 was the bloodiest year in the Bleeding Kansas era. A group of abolitionist raiders led by Captain John C. Cook, who would eventually die with John Brown at the raid on the Harper's Ferry Arsenal, attacked. The raiders rode from cabin to cabin along the upper Neosho River Valley, warning the settlers that they should leave the area. Upon arriving at the Christian Carver home, the raiders called for Carver to come out. His wife, Sarah Van Gundy Carver, begged him not to go outside, as he was completely unarmed. Tired of waiting, one of the raiders poked his gun through the opening between the logs in the cabin and fired, hitting Sarah as she sat up in bed. The raiders proceeded through the community, warning at every stop that pro-slavers would be killed if they did not leave the area. Through all of this, the Kaw Indians were experiencing constant encroachment on their lands.
You have scores of people who have settled on the diminished reserve, and it's become a problem. The lawlessness that pervaded the Kansas landscape had spillover effect in terms of horse thieving, for instance. That same delegation in 1857 complained about how many horses had been stolen by white people. In 1862, the government constructed 138 stone huts for the Kansas. The head of each lodge was given one of these huts and 40 acres adjoining it, with the expectation then that they would farm the adjoining land when the Kaws were out on their bison hunt. The whites came on to the diminished reservation and took out the doors and windows of the huts. And there is the Indians had a council once they got back from their bison hunt, in which they bitterly complained that they no longer had a place to live.
With the removal of the Kaw to a reservation in Oklahoma in 1872, the land on the northwest part of the county became legally open for settlement. The fabric of Lyon County would change forever. The wide and varying history of North Lyon County stands as a testament to the tenacious nature of its early inhabitants. Its involvement in one of the most tumultuous times in Kansas history reminds us of the best and worst of human ingenuity and frailty. Hard times were lived by those who were on the front lines of the Bleeding Kansas era. While great gains were made in settling an untamed territory, there were those who would lose along the way. But this is not the end of the story. History is being made today that will shape the future of North Lyon County and add more patches to the crazy quilt, to its texture, color, and diversity. Preserving the past for future generations is the stitching that brings context to those who seek to understand the early history of Kansas.